It's completely unreasonable, said Ayesha Khan, a UTHealth PhD student who has been active in rebuilding and recovery efforts in Houston, and an organizer in the Boycott, Divestment and Sanctions, BDS, movement. This can prolong the time it will take to rebuild homes, she said. It's institutionalized in a way that can impact families that are still homeless. When Dickinson's city attorney recommended including the Israel boycott clause, Masters thought, God, this kind of feels like it's infringing on free speech, she said. But she said city officials also didn't feel like they had much of a choice in the matter. The Supreme Court ruled decades ago that political boycotts are protected by the First Amendment, and other decisions have established that the government may not require individuals to sign a certification regarding their political expression in order to obtain employment, contracts, or other benefits, the ACLU wrote in a statement, referring to a 1982 decision that ruled that an NAACP boycott of a white-owned business in Mississippi was a protected form of free association and expression. The ACLU is currently representing a Mennonite school teacher in Kansas who was denied an employment opportunity after refusing to certify that she does not boycott Israeli products. Because the Texas law was enacted recently, it is not yet clear how the state or cities will enforce the anti-BDS measure. The primary purpose of the law is to scare people away from participating in protected First Amendment activity, Brian House, an ACLU staff attorney said. Residents who are dependent on city funding to rebuild their homes and are worried about certifying something that isn't true on a government document could decide it's easiest to abstain from boycotting Israeli products, he said. Texas is one of more than a dozen states that have passed laws in the last several years aimed at combating the BDS movement against Israel. Congress is also considering a bill that would make it a felony for Americans to boycott Israel. Proponents of the BDS movement say it is a nonviolent way to protest Israel's decades-long occupation of the Palestinian territories. But critics of the movement describe it as an anti-Semitic effort to delegitimize Israel. Anti-Israel policies are anti-Texas policies, Texas Governor Greg Abbott said when he signed the bill into law in May. This story has been updated to include comment from Dickinson's mayor.